On this video today, guys, I got my good buddy Scott Martineau with me, and we are going to discover Niceville.
Niceville, the nicest place in all of Florida, maybe all of America. Right here, we're going to show you the water life, we're going to show you the school life, we're going to show you the higher education, we're going to show you residential neighborhoods. You're going to enjoy and know Niceville like you've never known before.
It's coming up next on Living on the Emerald Coast with Mr. Beach. So if you're going to be in Niceville, the first thing you need to know is, well, how to start your day.
You got to get that cup of Joe to start the day, and the place to do that in Niceville, all the locals say it's at JoJo's.
Yeah, so you don't want to go to Starbucks, okay? No offense to Starbucks, hopefully we don't get sued over this, but if you're in Niceville, JoJo's is where you want to go. And why is that, Scott?
All my clients say this is the place to go. It's a great place just to start the day. Of course, you get your cup of Joe and get the caffeine going, but it has a nice place for you to do some arts and crafts with the kids, and there's lots of cool stuff in it. So I think moms and mostly are here getting their day started while everybody else is getting ready to go to the Air Force Base at 6 a.m. So this seems to be, from all the locals, this is the place to start your day.
Well, it's awesome that they had that little craft store in there. So you got a coffee shop / craft place. And let's not forget a gun store as well. That's right.
Everyone needs one of those after you have your cup of Joe.
Welcome to Niceville, guys. This is how you start your day at JoJo's Coffee and Goodness. All right, we are in the car and we are on our way to our first stop today. And where exactly are we at?
So we have just come across the Mid-Bay Bridge and now we're on 293. It is our little cross connector road that goes above Niceville. And this is an important road. If you were living here on a regular basis, you'd be jumping on this to sneak over to Destin or to go up to Crestview, and you're going around the north side of Niceville to get to everything. And we're going to use it to pull into a couple of the developments that are really important and new and very nice. For those people that are PCSing into the area for the military, you want to know about Deer Moss Creek, you want to know about the Tidewater development over here, you want to know the couple places that we're going to show you that have new build homes if you're coming to the area. There's all kinds of regular build homes, but to access them, you got to use this road, and you should know about it if you want to be familiar and love Niceville like we do.
And that's because everything near the bay is already developed, right?
They always,
so everything's pushing out
that's
north, right?
Especially any new development, you can't find 100 acres of property to develop unless it's on the north side. And they're doing wonderful jobs with new builds out here. We're going to show you a couple of them.
So tell me a little bit about this, Scott. We are rolling up right now on the toll. So it's interesting the way that it works on this particular road, because if you're going to go into the bay or if you're going to go into Destin, you have to go across the toll bridge.
That's right.
To a lot of people in a lot of other markets, that might not seem like a big deal, but people here, it is kind of a big deal, right?
Because we don't have many of these kind of places. They've never really had anything that developed. It was all so organic and so old from the 50s or 60s or 70s. Didn't have that, but these are new roads and the new way states and counties do them. There's Deer Moss Creek we just went by, and when you do that in new developments, they make sure that the users pay for it, and that's why you have toll roads. Now, if you're in Orlando or you're in a big city, you're probably used to that. Us little podunky people down in Destin, we're not used to it, so sometimes we get a little crabby about that.
I usually try and take the 331 if at all possible.
Right.
I'll go to Santa Rosa Beach and avoid it. I know it's only $2.50, but it does add up after time.
That's right. That's right.
We have to point that out, right?
Yeah, we want everybody to know it so it's not a surprise. For those of you who live in big cities and are coming here, it's probably nothing, but we don't want you to be uninformed about one of the little tiny costs that happen to live in another part of the paradise of this area.
There you go. Get yourself an electric vehicle, a beautiful VW bus. You'll be fine.
That's right.
Save money on gas, spend it on tolls. Scott, so where are we at now?
So we're pulling into a development in North Niceville, right in the center of Niceville, but on the north side, and it's Deer Moss Creek development, and it's all new builds, and it's just a fantastic development. I have a couple of clients. We're going to take a look at the home. They transferred in a PCS last year, and we're waiting for the new build to finish at Deer Moss Creek. And so here in Gazelle Court, we'll take a look at a property that shows you what a new build in the Niceville area looks like. There's a couple of developments here, but this is one of the nicer nicest ones, and I'm happy to show it to you. Here we are at Gazelle Court in Deer Moss Creek, and I'm showing you a property that's kind of a good story. We have a military family that needed a home. They're moving in from Visalia, California, PCSing in last June or July. No homes satisfied them. They wanted a new build, so we found them a rental in Fort Walton Beach while we built this beautiful property at 305, and January 30th of 2026 is when this should become available. That's about 3 weeks from right now, and they're excited as all get out. There's still some more work to be done.
It looks like you got some work to be done. I mean, what are we at? We're at the 10th of January here.
20 days.
Let's hope these guys go super quick, but I'm sure they will. And this neighborhood is absolutely gorgeous, man. The white picket fences.
Yeah.
We said it earlier. It kind of reminds us of the old TV series Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, Wisteria Lane.
Yeah,
right
Wisteria Lane, right here in Niceville. So let me ask you, is it a lot of military presence here, and how does that work in Niceville? Is it mostly military folks looking for homes?
So we have Eglin Air Force Base that's down to our southwest right here, just a few miles. Largest military Air Force base in the world, and people are PCSing in and out all the time. Not everybody wants a new build, but in this case, military families that are reporting to that east gate on the north side where the hospital and the doctor's offices are, they want to come in the gate from the Niceville side. That's always an important component when we're talking to you about moving to the area and you're working at Eglin Air Force Base. We want to make sure we're getting you a home near the gate that you're reporting in order to save you about 45 minutes of driving around the largest Air Force base in the world.
And this is why Scott's going to take care of you here in Niceville, because he knows the ins and outs of this area. Me, I'm more of a Panama City Beach guy, but this guy knows this area in and out. He's been helping people here for the last 20 years,
right?
And he knows the Air Force Base and the ins and outs of
He'll
this.
take Tyndall, I'll take Eglin, we'll be all right.
There we go, absolutely. And so for this particular house here, it's a beautiful home. How many beds, how many baths? We have the detached garage over here, which is really cool.
And look at that big driveway. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 20 to 100 square feet. When we listed it was about 612,000, and really it was important. We had bought the one across the street that we're talking to you in front of, and the driveway and the garage was not big enough for my doctor and his wonderful big trucks.
Okay.
So we ended up switching the contract to the property at 305, and look what's happened. They know what he needed. We got the driveway and the garage set off just a little bit. Look how big the pad is, and he can park all of his trucks and the other things that he has, and they're thrilled with this. This builder has done a tremendous job taking care of this, taking care of special requests, not a lot of upcharges, really great to deal with, and if they deliver it to us on January 30th, we'll be on time.
That's right. So and go ahead and plug the builder. Who is the builder out here, and who's the ones that are in charge of the building in Deer Moss Creek?
There's 2 or 3 builders in here. All of them, from my perspective, have been great.
Okay.
We'll get you a list of them, show you the names.
I know we have Randy Wise. We've had Randy Wise on before.
Yep.
I've actually had the chance to meet with the actual man, the myth, the legend, Randy Wise
And
himself.
he's a little more in Swift Creek and a little bit in Magnolia Plantation, just over here. And this is Ruckle Properties Development. And so just a couple of different people that are doing this and all been doing good work and delivering them on time.
Now, let me ask you this. So as this new neighborhood is developing out, what is the HOA situation here? Does the developer kind of hold the HOA for a little bit and then
Yes.
they hand it off to the...
That's right. No, nothing right now. That will get developed as the property gets filled out.
Okay.
So somewhere down the road, the group here will take over.
Well, I'm looking at these beautiful white picket fences and I'm like, there's no way we can't not have an HOA here. Guys, I'm going to tell you this too. An HOA is not always a bad thing. In fact, it's a great way to protect your investment. You know, when you're moving into a house that's a $600,000 home, you're going to want the aesthetics on the outside to stay great, because the fact of the matter is that's going to help your resale value. And one big benefit about buying new construction is once this neighborhood is built out and everything looks like this everywhere, what do you think happens to the prices of these homes? Generally, they spike up.
Yeah.
And we're at a lull right now, so you have a chance to get an opportunity on a really nice new build home. Do they offer any kind of concessions as far as...
There was large seller concessions and some concessions on the closing costs. So we had a lender in place that was for the builder that knew how to do it, seller concessions if you use the lender, and a reduction in closing costs. So really valuable. And of course, if you're doing a VA loan in addition to that, can be really advantageous to take advantage of a new build.
VA loans, by the way, no money down. You don't have to put any money down on it. The inspection process is a little more strict, but guess what? On these new builds,
That's fine.
doesn't matter as much because you don't have to jump through the hoops that you have to do on pre-owned.
That's right. The builder wants the place to look perfect too, so those kind of things go generally very, very easily in comparison to a home that's already been Ben? May?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy do you think your client's going to be when he moves into this house on January 30th?
So I talked to them yesterday. They have the first 4 days scheduled out. And from January 30th to February 4th, they know exactly what's coming in here, what's going in the garage, what's going into the house. They are thrilled. Remember, 6 months of being in a rental. It was a nice rental, but they're chomping at the bit to get in here. They're going to be thrilled.
You were actually able to help them get into that rental as well. So that's another reason why, hey,
use a local person who knows what you're doing here.
Use a local buyer's agent. We're here to help you. And if you need help with your move, we'd love to talk to you. We work together. He's my guy in Niceville. He knows this area upwards and downwards and sideways and backwards. 850-943-7777, or you can reach me anytime at john@mrbeachteam.com.
And it's Scott Martineau. It's Scott at the Martineau Group, and I can be reached at 850-420-7200.
All right, Scott, so let's go ahead and talk education here. Well, I didn't even know there was a college here.
Right.
There is.
Northwest Florida State College is here, and the president is an old friend named Mel Ponder here running this for us. And a great education, higher education. A lot of the local people come here for their associate's degrees. But if you're a person that owns a property here and just kind of love the arts, this is where you'll spend a lot of time at the Maddie Kelly Arts Foundation and the theater that's here at the State College. Right here in North Niceville, you look it up, you're going to see all kinds of great productions here. You can see Jerry Seinfeld, or you can see a great play, and it's going on all the time. And this is kind of in conjunction with the ones that they put on in the city of Destin and the outside. These are the ones that are done at a formal theater and done in an exceptionally nice way. So, and as you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful place.
Let's talk about some of the education options here. There's a lot of education options. That's the part that makes Florida so cool, guys, is that our governor gives us the freedom to teach our kids the way we want to teach them, whether it's homeschooling, which we have a huge homeschooling population here. That's right. Whether it's going to a private school, charter school, or just the regular public schools. Tell us a little bit about the schools here in Niceville and why they're so much better than a lot of places that you'll see. Or let me go ahead.
We got to be careful about how we describe that, but the scores are exceptional.
Yeah.
I have one daughter who went through Niceville High School. She's an Eagle. Go Eagles. And that was fantastic. She was more on the athletic side, and we'll show you the schools. It's exceptional. The middle school is exceptional. The elementary schools are exceptional. Same through all of Okaloosa County. So you're really blessed with that. However, there's also a huge homeschool community here always, and then there's also charter schools. So whichever way you want to go, you can do that. And of course, in the city of Niceville, having this be run kind of by the spouses of the Eglin Air Force Base military, the spouses run this like a great little town. It's run exceptionally well. Education is extremely important to this community, and it shows everywhere. It shows in the exceptionalness at Niceville. And if you still want to do homeschooling, that's fantastic. Huge homeschool community here too. So whatever your flavor.
If you're actually looking into that, you can find Facebook groups all over the place. Homeschool Niceville, and I'm sure something will pop up that you could take a look at if that's how you're wanting to educate your children. Also, what is it? Rocky
Bayou Christian Academy.
Rocky Bayou Christian Academy is an absolutely incredible school.
Yep.
In fact, I have a client that actually they offer a busing system from Freeport. So if you're looking at the Freeport area, you can actually have your kids bused from Freeport to this private school. And the best part is the state helps you pay for it.
Right. Very nice.
I mean, isn't that nice that we have that option here, that you can send your kids to private school and the state will help you pay for it?
That's right. Good voucher system, all kinds of charter schools, lots of alternatives on it, and I think you're going to be served well no matter which one you choose. But whatever your preference is, it's here. We're at the preserve on one side of the road, and we look across and we're at Swift Creek. And this is where many of the officers in the military will end up. Larger lots, bigger places, just wonderful place. This is on the north side of Niceville, fairly close to the State College, and just a wonderful large property, large square footage, a relatively large price as well. But this is the kind of area that a lot of the officers and people are stationed here for more than 2 to 4 years. You'll end up to 3,000 to 5,000 square foot along Swift Creek, a wonderful little river that runs through, the tennis courts, pools, and just
got really big yards here, which is a rarity in this area. You just don't have a lot of big lots. So
that's right.
To see a neighborhood like this, it reminds me of like a nice neighborhood in Memphis. You know,
it is, and kind of the old school homes too, the Victorians and the Tudors that are large scale.
So what are the average price points over here in this neighborhood for these homes?
Swift Creek's going to be 800 to 1.3 million on the average, really depending on that's expensive for the Niceville area, but but you're getting a big, huge property for that. You know, you're talking 5, 6 bedrooms, 3, 4, 5 baths. There's tennis courts, a pool, all the amenities as part of the clubhouse. You know, there's an example. And we got a little bit of elevation here because of this creek. There's a little bit of elevation, so you actually have some hills here, so you can build out basements, which is unusual for us in Florida. There's basements in these Swift Creek homes. That's how we get the square footage a little higher.
That will be great news for all those folks moving from the Midwest that always say to me, well, but where's the basement, John?
Basement's off the bottom of that one. You can just see how that elevation would work.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you love basements, this is Swift Creek is where we want to put you.
All right, Scott, so we're coming out of this neighborhood. We're going to go ahead and check out the preserve now. So this neighborhood here, it has a pool.
Has a pool, tennis courts, a whole community center. It's part of the HOA there. And this development, a couple of the homes that I've been involved with, all done by Randy Wise, the people that we like so much as developers. They've done a very nice job in here. He hasn't developed all of these, but on this side of the street, there's not the community pool and that. So but you end up with a little bit bigger homes and very, very nice neighborhood as well. So these are also in that 4,000 to 6,000 square foot. You got the basements because they're coming off some hills. You don't really see it here, but on the backside there'll be a downslope that you'll get a basement out of. And very, very nice community. Also officers, higher end tech people that are living here, and a longtime residents in here. And this is the preserve right across the street from Swift Creek if you're looking it up.
Where's this in location to the school? So I know if you're getting a 4,000 square foot house, the possibility of you having a family is pretty high. Yep. How far are the schools from where we're at right now?
Probably less than 1 mile. I would say it's 1 mile down the road, and it's a straight shot right into the top end of both Ruckle, the middle school, and the high school, Niceville High School. If you look at it on the map, you're Googling it right now, you'll see it's just straight south along the road there on Date Palm Road that we're going to be traveling on.
I love the fact that I always film in a neighborhood, it's always trash day. Right. Always. It never fails. There's the Green Bay Packers right there.
Sponsored by Waste Management.
There we go. And there's Rocky Bayou right there.
That's the church. Rocky Bayou Christian is still a couple miles to the left, but that's one of the churches.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't the actual school.
That's right. That's we were closer to it by Deer Musk Creek.
Disregard me. I don't know this area. Thank you. God bless.
A few minutes later.
You got to get this on camera because
you were right. That was Rocky Bayou Christian School right there.
I knew I'd been over here before because we checked out one of those houses in the preserve. It was absolutely beautiful. You know, your kids can bike or walk to school. Definite big bonus there. We're
on the top end of the high school. Niceville High School and Ruckle Middle School kind of have campuses joined. This is the tennis courts for if your family plays tennis.
Man, that's a lot of tennis courts over there.
Well, 5-6 years brand new. And we come up on the back end of Ruckle and then Niceville High School.
So the middle school and the high school are attached
Share a general campus.
Okay.
This would be the middle school right here, and then the high school is on the other side.
Now, I know you told me that the athletics are really well here. They're good here. So your daughter actually lived in Destin, and what do you guys do? Do you guys drive her down here every day, or how did that work?
They got a bus that would pick them up and take them there, and of course, when she turned 16,
she could drive.
She was driving.
Yeah.
Her or one of her buddies were driving, so that's how they would get over here, and so that's why that toll bridge, is such an important part of daily life.
How big are the athletic programs here? If somebody's interested in baseball, softball, football.
So if you're a sports fanatic, I can safely say that right now, Niceville is the place to come. They always ebb and flow. Fort Walton Beach has always been fantastic. They've been in down for the last 5 or 6 years. Choctaw is over in Fort Walton Beach. They just had a heck of a run, made it to the division finals in the 4A, not the highest, but the second highest. Niceville consistently is fighting for the state championship in football and is just good overall in everything that they do.
All right, Scott.
Favorite place?
I'm kind of scared, but
there's clues. There's clues. We'll walk through the clues here in a minute. First of all, any place named Taco Town, you've got to pull in.
Okay.
In Niceville, if you're over by the high school, you got to wait for your kids. You got some killing time. You forgot dinner for the kids. Taco Town is the place to do it. I call it Scott Certified. And there's one for sure, a moniker that if you see written someplace on a property that's doing extremely well, a retail restaurant that's doing well, you want to see this. Watch this.
All right,
Watch this. They're good.
Oh, man.
Cash only.
Cash only?
I'm going in, I'm getting my tacos.
They ain't messing around.
How many do you want?
89-cent regular tacos? Are you kidding me?
Yes, all-time great place.
Wow.
Just come in, load up.
Well,
Institution here, right? Taco Town's an institution.
Very much so.
Gulf Coast Shutter guys here, so you got to know that it's going to be good.
the prices have not changed since the 90s, I don't think. This is awesome.
And the food is awesome. Everyone who's local knows about this.
Hold on. So Scott's taking me out to lunch here.
Oh, I'm spending big on you, big guy.
And she just said the total $681.
That's right, 5 tacos and a bottle of water. You went highfalutin on us, otherwise it would have been $5. You would,
All right. So if you're in Niceville, you got to check out Taco Town. Let's go. I'm excited.
makes it easy to tip when it's only $5.81.
There you go. Is it?
Very good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. $5.81. This was 89 cents a taco. John got the hot sauce and a bottle of water. We're ready to go.
All right, guys. Here it is. Moment of truth.
Bringing out the tacos.
We have the
from Taco
tacos.
Town.
What, how much did we spend on this?
$5.81.
All right, we got to take a look at it. Go ahead and open. Oh, look, we got a little bit of grease going there.
I want to. Let's see. This is the messy one. We'll open the messy one.
Okay.
Oh.
Look at that. Taco Bell. Eat your heart out.
I'm not waiting. Cheers.
Is that good stuff?
Oh, man, I'm hungry. Taco Town comes through. We're driving west on John Sims Parkway. If you're looking on a map, it looks like Highway 20. But if you're a Niceville person, you're on Sims Parkway, Highway 20 all the time. This is the east-west corridor, and we're on the far west corridor, getting close to the east entrance at Eglin Air Force Base. We're going to stop and see a couple things, but if you're a Niceville person, you've got to know John Sims Parkway, and you'll be driving up and down it like it's your backyard every single day.
Is there like some kind of local code word for it? Is it like
They call it John Sims or Sims or the Parkway, but I think Highway 20 is the way most of us just refer to it.
Yeah, but it's if you're down here, it's Sims. Or
Yeah,
John Sims.
that's what it says on the paper. But if you look, then there's also Highway 20. So both of us are going back and forth. But
Look,
I think
there's the enemy. There's the enemy right there. Look, Taco Bell.
That's not-
No, you are not our taco place.
we've never had a $5.81 bill from you.
Well, we did back in 1993.
That's
but
not in this decade.
yeah. Scott, go ahead and explain to us where we are at now.
So if you're a military person coming to Niceville and you're PCSing in here, one of the gates that you'd come to is the East Gate, formerly known, I would call it the North Side Gate, where the hospital is, and it's right by the middle school. And this is where you would be reporting each day. You'll see it as we pull up to the end of the road. The gate's right there.
We don't want to get too close to it because
Security issues, let's be respectful,
Yeah,
but you know where it is if you're reporting here, and I want you to know it because it's right in the middle of Niceville and right next to the body of water that we call Choctawhatchee Bay that you're going to be taking part of when you're not working every day. And it's just, a quarter of a mile to our west or to our east right now, and it's part of what you're going to be daily life. You're going to report to a base, and then when you're not working, you're going to get on that water, and we're going to show you some different versions and different ways to take advantage of the water. If you're not on a boat, we're going to show you the cool places that we know of that make Niceville such a wonderful place to live. So one of the places you gotta stop is Doc's Oyster Bar right here in Niceville, right on the water. We'll try and find a parking spot to pull in here.
right by the base.
Yes, right on the base.
All right, so that place looks like a good hang.
It is a great hang, and here's what happens. You're out on the water Saturday in afternoon. You can pull in here and just hang out and enjoy. There's 3 or 4 places, we're going to show you those, that makes the life on the water here in Niceville just enjoyable. That's the funky cool place. It's been around forever. You're not truly a Niceville person until you've had a couple of oysters and a beer out here, and you can come by water or come by land.
Yeah, it's really interesting. When I was in there, it was mostly all military personnel that was there.
Right.
And the second drink is free there if you're military personnel.
At lunch hour.
At lunch hour. Well, not that our armed forces would do such things.
Right. Keeping the homeland safe. Keeping the homeland safe. But there's all kinds of places. The boathouse is right across the street, a little bit further east on the water. Docks is probably the furthest west place. But we're going to go to a couple of the marinas that you also want to check out because of the restaurants they have and the access to the water. So that's part of Niceville life here. They know what they're doing there, and everybody loves docks. And if you're reporting to Eglin, you're going to be pulling in there for sure.
I mean, it's right there at the entrance. Why would you not? It's the best here. All right, Scott. Scott, so tell me a little bit about where we're at now.
So we've taken you to some places like Taco Town and Doc's Oyster Bar and quite a few other places you're going to see along the way. Some may wonder if Scott and John know any highbrow, nice places to go with the wife that might have some white linen and some red wine and maybe some great Italian food. If you're wondering about that or worried about that, don't worry any longer. You're going to go to Trade Winds here, right in the heart of Niceville, between Niceville and where you go to Valpy and go on to the Eglin Air Force Base. Trade Wind, wonderful restaurant. You're going to enjoy it. Small place, so get a reservation.
Well, it does. It looks. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just like a little house,
right?
Which is awesome because it's these type of restaurants where you really get the local fare.
Right. I smell the garlic right now. You smell it?
Oh yes.
They're getting ready to cook for a Friday night dinner here. So this is one of the places you want to come for a special evening, and you didn't want to cross the bridge to go over to Destin or drive all the way down to Fort Walton Beach. If you want to stay right here local, Trade Winds is one of your best bets, and it's a little nicer. And maybe you have to have a shirt on and shoes as opposed to the place we've been showing you thus far that have been beach places that we kind of enjoy.
Awesome. So if you're in town, you got to check it out.
Trade Winds is it.
All right, obviously, if you're living here, man, you got to be out on the boat. And we are at the spot for the boats here at Emerald Coast Marine Center. Tell us a little bit about this, Scott.
So we're on Choctawhatchee Bay, and we're on the biggest bay around in the Northwest Panhandle, and we're now in Niceville. So we're in Niceville. You want to be on the water when you're not working or doing the other things that we have to do in our lives. You want to be on the water. The way you get on the water is you have a boat. If you don't have a dock, you can store it here. They just bring it out and put it in the water, and you go just enjoy the great, incredible life that we have.
One of these big, huge guys right here. So they take them out. You could see, I don't know if you can see it there or not, but they have boats basically stacked up. They take these guys, they drop them in the water, and you're off.
That's exactly right. And if you wanted to get gas, you come over here and they gas up your boat, your setup. And if you want to look over this shoulder, that's where Doc's Oyster Bar is, and just over this shoulder is where Eglin Air Force Base is. So literally, you're right where you're probably going to be living.
Oh, look, there's America right there.
That's right. Sound
of freedom. So, and the best part about these kind of boat docks too is, Scott, when you're done for the day and you're tired and everybody's having a good time and they're ready just to get home, you're sun-kissed because you've been at Crab Island all day, you just drop off your boat right here. They pick that sucker up, wash it off for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Gas it up for you, and you're gone. You
hand it back to the valet and go home.
My goodness, that's great.
You
know how much it costs to do that? You have to do a membership here?
Yeah, usually if they buy your boat here, they do a pretty good job. But it's $300, $400, $500 a month.
Okay, that's not bad.
And it's not bad compared to having to build a dock or something like that. But it's a nice little thing. And I'll share with you, the real nice thing is if we ever have a storm or one of those H things that we don't like to talk about, it's stored in here, and these are built to be stored in here. So these things survive just fine, and that's why you do it.
No, so we also have a pool that's over off to the side over here and a restaurant. Do you have to be a member?
Yeah, this is a full marina. So if you want to be a member here, you can have your boat. You could have a full boat yourself. You could have a membership in a boat club, and you get access to the restaurant, all the amenities, which are shower, all the things that you'd want to make sure that you're like in a country club down here.
Yeah, and talking about boat clubs, that is a thing too. We have several different boat clubs. Freedom Boat Club being one of them. Me and a friend of mine have been talking about splitting a membership there.
That's right.
Basically, the way it works with that is that you pay like a $6,000 membership, and then you're a member, and you pay, I think it's $600 if you're splitting a membership with a buddy, and you can take the boat out whenever you want, bring it back whenever you want, and all you have to do is give them a day's heads up, which is really cool. I don't know if they do that here personally, but I know they do it throughout the area. And if you become a member of one of those clubs, you can go to whatever you want to go to. If you want to go to Panama City one day, you can go out there to Panama City.
Just got to get the boat back at night. They do want the boat back at night. That's all they want.
No sleeping on the boat.
Right, no stayovers. But you get access to a boat is just incredible. You're going to want to live on the water here. You want to take advantage of it, and these guys make it easy.
You live on the bay itself.
Right.
I actually went to his house party not too long ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. The boat's on the water.
Yep.
What are your favorite things to do while you're out on your boat?
So when I'm on my boat in Destin, I zoom around and I come over here. I literally come to this this marina because it's a beautiful ride, and we're going to go see schooners. That's another marina that we're going to go that's in Blue Water Bay. So you're making little charters each day on Saturdays, Sundays, or Fridays. You make little charters. Sometimes it's just Joe's Bayou on the Chardonnay run, cruising slow.
Gotcha.
But this is the place that I come to if I'm out on my boat on a Saturday or Sunday, because it's about a 45-minute ride. Get out, have lunch, take another 45-minute ride to someplace else, and then end up back home.
Now, Scott, I got to ask you, do you wear the captain's hat when you do
Absolutely.
it?
rock radio is playing. Christopher Cross is being played.
Dude,
a lot of
awesome.
Michael McDonald, a lot of Doobie Brothers, and a lot of Chardonnay being drunk. I must confess.
But not by the driver.
That never.
No,
never,
he has the hat on.
And responsibility.
Responsibility is his middle name.
That's right.
Well, thanks for showing us. What about real estate around here? Is there places that you can get in around this area?
So we're really close to the Swift Creek area that we were just at, in the preserve, and all those are very close, less than a mile and a half away. And between here, if we go straight east from here, we're going to be going across Blue Water Bay, and all of the older homes that have been in Niceville that have been here since the 70s and 80s.
Let me ask you this. So how is the pre-owned construction doing here in Niceville? We've seen a lot of inventory in the Destin, Panama City Beach, 30A markets. What does it look like here in Niceville?
So we're talking now in the beginning of January of 2026, inventory has dropped dramatically over the last 90 days.
Wow.
So we have seen inventory drop as 30%. So if you were asking me, looking at this over the last 5 years, watching inventory every day for 5 years, we're at the trough. The inventory has now dropped so down, so low, that I think we're at the bottom of the market. And if it drops any lower, we're going to end up with a little bit of a shortage and the sellers back in control. Up until this point, since 24, 25, buyers have a little bit more of advantage, but I think it's shifting right now.
Okay, so you heard it from the man right here, and you know, with Trump making some of the moves that he's done with Fannie Mae, we could see a little bit of an interest rate drop here. Now, interest rates are not our forte. We have people that actually do that for a living.
That's right.
But if that does happen and we get dipped back into the fives again, guys, we could see a buying frenzy down here. When you see a buying frenzy, prices go up, inventory goes down, and everything gets a little bit harder for you as a buyer. So now is the time.
If you're interested now, you want to make those moves, because this is probably the trough. This is the lowest you're going to see.
There you go. You can contact me, 850-943-7777, or email me at john@mrreachteam.com.
And I'm Scott Martineau. You can Scott at the Martineau Group, and my phone number is 850-420-7200. And I say that as the sound of freedom goes lit.
There he is right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Top Gun, we salute you, Tom Cruise. Hey, he's still the Maverick, bro.
Absolutely.
He's still the Maverick.
He's got 5 pilot license certifications. He can fly anything.
Let's go, Maverick. Now Scott just called me Goose. Okay, listen.
I don't want you to be Goose.
No. Let's just make this abundantly clear.
Right.
I'm nobody's Goose. All right.
Nobody's Goose. Okay, you be Maverick. I'll be Iceman.
That's not bad.
All right.
I mean, Iceman was pretty cool.
We'll take it.
R.I.P. Val Kilmer. You're the best.
See ya. We're at 850 Wharf here in Niceville. We're on the Choctawhatchee Bay. Life is always on the water in Niceville, and that's just enjoyable. And one of the ways you get access to the water is you frequent one of the great restaurants here on the bay. This one is it, and here's one of the reasons you can do it. No less than 90% of the slips at this facility are available for rental for the general public on a first-come, first-served basis. So you put your boat in the water, you want to come on over here, you pull in, dock up, go enjoy some great dinner, have some great fun, have some people meet you. This is one of the great accesses to the water that you could ever imagine, and it's free as long as you buy a couple of hush puppies and some red snapper.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. And some of these houses over here, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, let's go.
So some of these older homes over here, you were telling me in the car earlier that these are actually the houses that, you know, the officers back in the 80s and 90s were buying. All these places that are across the bay over.
Yeah, that's right. So that's Bay Shore Drive. When we were over at the dock, the Oyster Dock, and we were over at Boathouse and some of the other restaurants on the other side, just a little further down here, they were right at the gate of Eglin Air Force Base and the East Gate. And next to that is Bay Shore Drive. So that's the drive, that's the residential neighborhoods that all of the officers, when they first opened up Eglin in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, they of course got those places, and they have developed them and made them nice. And some of them are older, some of them are newer, but it's a great address to be on the water right outside the gate of Eglin Air Force Base.
So what are the price points on some of those units over there?
So there might be an occasional small, older, total fix-up under $1 million, but they're usually $1 million to $3 million.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you held on to that in the family, it was a good thing for the family.
As long as you kept it up, right? Now, and sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes they've held on to it and the property is dated. It looks like the 70s or 80s. So then you're going to be able to buy it for $800,000 or $900,000 or $1 million, but you're going to have $300,000 or $400,000 to put into it. So it's a different buyer than most military people would be. Some investors, some people who've lived here and have been here all their life, they would want to do that. They know the value of it and could have the time and the money to fix a place up that had been left, maybe, what do we call it? Deferred maintenance is what we call it.
Deferred maintenance is a nice way of putting it.
Deferred maintenance is sometimes what happens. And otherwise, maybe sometimes the builders here are buying one of those big lots and putting 2 or 3 homes on it.
There you go.
Bayshore Drive in Niceville, one of the key addresses that get you on the water.
Let me ask you about that. So has there been a lot of that here? Has there been a lot of the tearing down of the old and putting up of the new? We see a lot of that happening in places like Austin, Texas, where you know, a lot of these older grand places that were existing, now they're just taking them down and putting up 3 new units on where they have one lot.
Not a lot, but it does.
Is it coming?
It does come. So I see it on Indian Trail. You see a huge lot and you end up with 2 properties on one. The density is something that all the cities are protecting very, very much. Niceville's no different. I don't see any dumb conversions going on. I just see some pretty smart ones, but this is still a pretty relaxed environment and not intensely being overdeveloped in any way. Developed, yes. Growing, yes. But I don't think we have to worry about paving over the parking lot here. You know, they're not doing that.
No Joni Mitchell, son.
No Joni Mitchell. We're going to see a couple of other places down the road on the north side of the. So what you want to watch on the bay here when you're looking at this on the map is you want to see the south side of Niceville, and the Bayshore Drive is on the south side, and most of Niceville's on the north side of Choctawhatchee Bay. So just kind of notice that. You'd be paying attention to whether you'd have sun on the south side all day, sun on the north side, and some of those things make a big difference to the enjoyment of life, deciding on which way you want to be on the water, where your boat is, which way the waves come in, which way big waves or little waves, which way the H can affect you. We don't say that other word. And you just have to have a lot of local knowledge to make sure you find the right place that's really going to be a great property for the next 20 years.
Where are we heading to next?
We're going to head over into Blue Water Bay, and we're going to go to Schooners next.
Let's go. All right, guys, so we just snuck into this gated community. Where are we at?
We're on the Magnolia Plantation portion of Blue Water Bay. Certain part of this, if you're familiar, was an 18-hole. There's 3 18-hole golf courses here. They've converted 18 holes into new homes that are being built in this Magnolia Plantation development.
They took one away, and look, there's some new construction going on right there. Who is in charge of this construction?
This is Randy Wise, I believe.
Okay.
This is one of the developers you and I know. And I also would share with you, in Blue Water Bay, if you're watching this in the video, you're looking to us on YouTube, look up Blue Water Bay. You're going to see all kinds of fantastic content and new properties in here, and the kind of places that we're all looking for if you're going to live in Niceville.
Okay, and this is gated community. Obviously, it's a lot safer. Our job has been, and I've had this conversation with a lot of folks. Listen, our job number one is to protect our family, and that's what we try and do. And you know, being in a gated community, say what you will about paying HOAs, but boy, it does really help make you sleep a little bit better at night, knowing it's another big layer to get in. And boy, we have to try and hustle to get in here. They got a sheriff's department at the front door here.
That's exactly right. There's no messing around in Blue Water Bay. Very secure environment. A lot of our Niceville military people live here. Officers, enlisted people are all over the Blue Water Bay complex, and it's huge. You can be on the water, you can be on the golf course, you can be on the tennis court. We'll show you a couple places that are also in here.
Let's go. That's a beautiful architecture there.
Very nice homes in here. A lot of brick homes, 1 level, sometimes 2. In the development of Florida, we still have plenty of acreage, so you'll see a lot of large homes that are, ranch style in terms of just being all on 1 level. Occasionally they'll be 2 floors. Not many basements over here because we don't have a lot of elevation change here.
What do the homes usually run back in this gated community?
In this gated community, you're going to be $800,000 to $1.5 million.
Okay.
You have tennis courts here, access to the water, access to dock, and you're right in the heart of Niceville. And great military groups here, great support groups, a lot of kids, bedroom community, a lot of kids living here, and you're really close to everything.
It feels older and established.
Absolutely, that's right. Blue Water Bay is an older established development.
All right, walking and strolling with my good buddy George Brennan here from Setco in beautiful Rosemary Beach. Man, they don't make them like this, dude. I'm telling you.
No, they don't.
If you're coming down here, you got to take a trip, and don't just go to the touristy areas over here in Rosemary Beach. You need to go off into these little side places in between the houses because it really is beautiful. George, we're talking about title insurance. Tell us about why title insurance is important.
So, John, title insurance is the only type of insurance that protects the past. You're protecting your property, the huge investment you made, especially in this area, protecting taking the title and making sure it's free and clear, and then you own it and there's no liens against it. It's a unique product. Most people are not very knowledgeable about it, but here at Setco, we make sure it's done right and you are insured for all your future and ownership of the home.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever run into a situation, obviously you have, is it to protect against like liens or if somebody's getting sued? Is that what it's all about?
Possibly, but it had to be from the past.
Okay.
It's not something that happens forward after you buy the property. It would have to be something that happened in the past.
Okay.
So a mortgage that got missed from 3 buyers ago. I've seen that. A lien on the property from construction that you didn't know about. That's what you pay your title company to do to make sure your property is free and clear. Title insurance is one of those things that you don't ever think about. It's just a closing cost until you really need it. And in Florida, we do have claims. It's a lot more prevalent than other parts of the country.
I hear that it was kind of the wild, wild west about 30 years ago here.
Yeah.
Is that a good assumption?
That is a very good assumption,
Okay.
especially here in the panhandle, the beautiful panhandle of Florida, that things weren't exactly done correctly.
Well, it's okay.
You know, yeah, that's okay.
It was
These
another
things
day.
happen, you
It's
know?
fine. They wrote them on the back of napkins. It's
Yeah,
okay.
We're
That's why
cleaning
you
it
need
up.
title
We're
insurance.
cleaning it up.
All right, Scott. Well, this is absolutely beautiful back here, man. Look at all the Spanish moss everywhere.
I hung that specially for everybody to see. We put that up. It's just like garland in the Christmas time.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know how long it took you to put all the Spanish moss
It's going to take me a lot longer to take it down, but we're in the marina complex at the Blue Water Bay, and so if you were here and wanted access to your boat that was in the docked here, you come, or if you're like me, you drive over from Destin in your boat and you come to Schooners and just enjoy, and we'll show you the inside of that and show the outside, but this is just one of the great complexes that are around the marina.
Is it weird for you to have to come in this way?
It is.
When you usually go by boat?
It is a little strange, but it is January, so I'm not coming over in my boat in January. and I'll share with you, to be kind of snooty about the whole thing, we don't care too much about like having to be on the water in January and February because we're on the water so much all the other months. You know, we're like, there is an off season, and you actually want an off season. But let's go check it out in here.
He had to take a break. And by the way, we were talking about Freedom Boat Club earlier in this video. This Freedom Boat Club this is actually where it's at. So pretty interesting.
Everything in here.
All right, have fun.
We're just showing.
Okay.
We're just showing.
It's the not lucky boat. So what's up with all the sailboats? You don't see a lot of sailboats here, and over here in this area, Scott, we're seeing a lot of sailboats.
So we see a lot of mass. So one, there's not a lot of places that you would put a sailboat in the Destin area because they're so shallow. So the keels and the masts are a problem. But over here, there's enough depth and enough water for them to be able to operate, both be able to dock, where if you were gonna take this out, you gotta be able to get under the Destin Bridge. So you're probably gonna stay here and just enjoy. And so more sailboats over here because they can sail and they can get in and out of the marina.
So how's this place during the summertime? Is it pretty
This
rocking?
is fantastic. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're really looking for a place called Schooners in the middle of summer when you're hot and thirsty. It's perfect. Yeah, you come up and this place will just be filled. There'll be always great music, right? Always great music, and just an enjoyable place to come. Good food, good burgers, and you can see it. Here we are in January, and we got the place all to ourselves.
Yeah, no, we're all out here in shorts and.
In the fall, there's football games broadcast here, so there'll be pretty good contingent of Alabama, Georgia, Florida State. Everybody will be here.
All the SEC teams.
Yep.
Well, they're all out now, so that's probably why nobody's watching football anymore.
But it's just a fantastic place to come. And you could see now we've shown you Schooners here. We've shown you the 850 Wharf. We've shown you the Emerald Coast Marine. We've shown you the Docks Oyster Bar. All life here, even though it's on the north side of the bay, is still probably a high quality water life. You're still just enjoying the heck out of being on the water when you're not working or running the kids around.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We had a great time. Scott, as always, dude.
Real pleasure.
You are the hostess with the mostest.
There you have it. You know Niceville like you've never known before. You know every neighborhood, you know every wharf, you know how to get on the water, and now you know where all the residential places that you can and want to live. If you're moving in here from the military, we've got you covered.
And, you know, we need to do this. We need to revisit this during the summertime, and we'll do it by boat.
Yes, you'll see us in our shorts and flip-flops. I gotta warn you for that.
I still got shorts on. Look, I don't take them off, Scott.
That's right, you're winter man here.
Hey, if you like Scott, I love shooting videos with him. You'll really like this video right here. Sorry, Scott, I tried to hit you in the head. This video right here is a video that we did on Destin. Lots of people checking out that video. Until next time, guys, God bless you. Thank you so much for watching this channel, and we'll see you next time.